This says this is the Magellan vessel. Isn't that what we're looking for? Whoa! What is that? Hey guys, I'm Jake and welcome to Voyager-19, an analog horror style cosmic horror game, which seems to be inspired by Iron Lung. I know that people like this game, but I know pretty much nothing about it outside of that. The official goal of this mission is to search for habitable planets in the Okrulu sector, but your real mission is to figure out what happened to the Magellan science expedition that went missing there. The public is unaware that they've deviated from their original course and cut communications. We need to know what happened before it gets publicized. We've provided you a Voyager-19 series spacecraft. It's basic, but has hibernation tech and fractional light speed capable engines. The electronics are the main limitation. Radiation will degrade them on interstellar flights, but they will remain functional for the 7 missions we've commissioned you for. Begin. Okay. So we're in this really claustrophobic ship here. I've got this tube running up to... It sounds like some oxygen mask or something. Yeah. Really cramped up in here. This wouldn't be the place you want to be if you're claustrophobic. Okay, so the arrow keys navigate the menu, and enter space selects in the menu. Let's just see about mission. Okay, and we need to photograph 4 planets, record 4 planets, and complete a total of 7 missions. Okay, here's our navigation. Thrusters are powered off. Sure. Sensors. Oh, there's a radio. Huh. I can't go through that yet. How about just power? Well, that's off. Can I turn my life support off? I probably wouldn't want to do that. It looks like we have limited power. We have files here. And then the mission info. Photograph all system planetary bodies from the starlit side. Stars may be photographed from any angle. Record 5 seconds of radio near each celestial body. Okay. So we should go and turn our navigation on. Let's see. I'm assuming we're the little green dot. So let's go turn our thrusters on. And just try and get as close as we can to this thing. At least I assume that's what we're supposed to do. Let's see. We hit travel. That do anything? No? Okay, my sensors. Okay, so I have to turn all of that on. I hope I didn't just use, like, all of the power I have. Okay, there we go. It's a picture of a sun or maybe a really big star, I don't know. Okay, so we got a recording. We're not centered, it needs to be centered. Okay, so it says that's a good picture. 1 of 4, great. Now we go to this tiny one, I guess. So I guess I didn't play the original Iron Lung because I wasn't doing this channel. Although I absolutely would have if I was at the time. But I'm pretty sure this works very similarly. Okay, so we should be like right up against that star there. So we go to our sensors. We're not quite centered. Looks like we're up against a moon. See if that's good. Not quite. Alright. Let's record this. That's an interesting sound. Almost like a kind of whistling. Oh. And then 2 or 4. Okay, so I think we've sort of got the gist of the gameplay. So let's go down here. I'm a little OCD about being dead center on it, or as much as I can. But, you know, I'm sure you can be a little bit farther away. Can you see anything happening when the travel's there? I'm sure you can hear that ambient noise or drone happening right about now. Okay, so we've arrived. This thing has to be pretty fast to be getting between those planets that quickly. And we're not even in the picture, so let's just keep turning until we catch something. Let's get all the way down. Perfect. Looks like a gas giant. That sounds like almost like a howling wind. It's just very bit crunched. I don't know. At least that's what it sounds like to me. And then let's go to this last moon here. Or star. This is probably, well, moon, star, one of the two. If it's this small, it's probably a moon. If I was a betting man, that's what I would say. Alright, so we're right outside. Get our bearings with this picture. Looks like another moon. A little more. There we go. Sounds like more wind. A couple little beeps and screeches thrown in there. See some lights going off. It's turning yellow for some reason. That's a new sound. Whatever that is, I hope it's not something I need to worry about. Okay, the mission should be done. Entering hibernation. We boot back up. A lot of dead pixels on the screen, it seems. We have 3 planets to photograph and record. Turn all of our stuff on here. And then, okay, so we're right outside of a star, it seems. So let's take a picture. Huh, it's blue. That means it's burning hotter if, my 2nd grade science knowledge is, oh. Sounds like the droning souls of the damned. Out here in the depths of space, you'd expect nothing but silence. The very fact that you can hear anything is kind of haunting. Never mind, that sounds almost human in a way. Okay, I already got that, yeah. It's kinda spooky. Let's go up here. Right on the money. With all the dead pixels on the screen, they kind of look like distant stars in those old arcade games, those space shooters and stuff. If you've ever seen some of those before. Let's see if we can grab anything. Doesn't look like it. Still nothing. You can see there's chromatic aberration happening on the monitor, as well as the dead pixels. Huh. So half of this moon here is cascaded in darkness. We're not facing the sun. Okay. Oh, that's actually pretty neat. That is not something I would think it would account for. So obviously we have like this blue, like supernova thing here, but it's casting light out from it. So we'd have to be facing it from this angle here to actually get it in light. At least that's what I think this is telling me. And if it is, then that's super cool. Pretty immersive, something I didn't think it would account for. And now we're a little further away. Okay, it wants it to be more in the center. There you go. Yeah, it's kind of shrieking. Maybe I'm just becoming a bit more paranoid, but each of these sounds are beginning to sound more like something I should be afraid of. Well, nevertheless, we carry on. We have a job to do. Let's head over to this moon. And at some point, I think we might find remains of that expedition somewhere. Let's just hope that doesn't come back to bite us, although knowing the nature of the game, and at least the game it takes inspiration from, we very well might. There. Huh, I think that's that blue dot there. That large one. Or the larger one is the sun in that photo. So I think this is actually taking into account some kind of game map here. Okay, we're getting closer. There we go. It sounds almost like music. More ghostly wailing. If you're wearing headphones, you can hear it circling around you. That's especially haunting. I gotta turn that off. Okay, that should be all three, right? Yeah. Let's complete the mission and enter hibernation. We return. 3 to photograph. Oh, and we have to turn all of our stuff back on. The radio. Oh wait, I only get 2. I guess we have to do that. Or oh. Okay, so I can turn it back on. I just can't have them all on at the same time because it's an old ship, I guess. Okay, well, we're right in front of the thing. Let's turn our radio on. That's especially disturbing. I'm sure it'll get worse. And we'll just swap between these two. That could just be the chromatic aberration, but it seems to have a slightly more reddish hue on this blue star here. Okay, so that one's good. We're going up this way. Okay. Now let's grab a picture. A little closer. A little bit more. There we go. Looks like it belongs right in a textbook. Switch to our radio. Record. Dial tone? What could that be? Is it some sort of long drawn out Morse code, or would that show me something if I put it through a sonograph or something? Who knows? That's for somebody quite a bit smarter than me to figure out. Then we travel over here. This says this is the Magellan vessel. Isn't that what we're looking for? Whoa! Micrometeorite. Okay. That shook me pretty hard. I felt kind of safe in here until now, but I guess it makes sense. Maybe I got too close. Jeez. It turned everything off. Let's try and get a little closer. Not too close. We don't want to bump into anything. I just want to be able to get a good picture. Because I feel like we're going to run into something kind of big here. Okay. Grab a picture of it if we can. Should be this way. That's the vessel. We just need to get closer. So let's redirect. That might be too close. So let's try this. And then see. Okay, well. Turn our thing back on here. Try and take a picture. It seems like it's scattered, the whole thing. Still picking up some kind of signal. Oh. Freaky. Something bad must have happened to tear it apart like that. I have to decrypt my files. Okay. Decrypt the ship log. Time left 3 years. I don't understand. It's gonna take 3 years to decrypt? That's a very long time. And I'm just locked in this ship for that long. And I get frozen and woken back up. Well, it's just hibernation, so there's nothing saying that I'm getting frozen. I could be losing years of my life. Let's read that. Anomaly detected in System LK. Exploration target planet LK2. Potentially habitable. Does not exist. Report error in astronomical data to Exploration Committee. That took 3 years to decrypt. And that's going to take 4 years. Hopefully that's valuable data. Yeah, looks like this whole ship is getting older. And things are just dying on me here. And then we'll just turn one of those on, because why not? Get as close as we can. Get a picture. A little more. There we go. Yeah, I didn't realize that much time was passing. That puts a whole new angle on it. I think even in Iron Lung, it's just maybe the course of a day or a couple days, but this is a long period of time to have to go. A low drone. Seems to swell. Almost like a hum. Sounds cold and indifferent. I'd imagine, though, anything else is welcome compared to being stuck in just absolute deprivation. Where this is just silence, and any kind of noise could turn into music to your ears. At some point, I'd imagine we could all be driven to that. If it's not obvious, I'm pretty sure we're just in the same system here. And we're waking up every now and again to figure out what's happening out here. Okay. Let's get power back to our camera. That was kind of a long-winded way of doing that, but alright. Probably have to turn around about that far. Is that the Death Star? What happened here? Everything else in this little solar system makes noise. The fact that this changed or came out of nowhere, it is now completely silent, is very alarming. There's a little something there. Almost like something flying by. That sounds cold. Oh, right, I gotta turn that back on. So let's make our way down here. Down to PL1. Really have to go like there. Oh, can't take a picture without that. Let's do that. Grab a photo. Not quite centered. Other way. Other way. There we go. Looks frozen over almost. Sounds alien. Who knows what that could be? That could be a language that we can't begin to understand. I don't know. Whatever's going on. It's gonna take me another 4 years to find anything out. The screen is just getting worse over time. I wonder how I'm getting fed. I don't look any more frail than before. I don't know. Maybe it helps to not think about it in a situation like this. Just to focus on what you're here to do. Cope in however way you can, really. Okay, so now I've just got 2 things I can turn on at once. There seems to be a second sun, which is certainly alarming. I really don't like that. Let's grab a picture. There we go, we have our picture. Now, go to our power. Turn on our radio. And record. Sounds like a fire. Or almost like driving really fast on an open road, passing by lights or trees every now and again. Turn that off. Go back here and navigate. FD0B. Let's travel. Go back and let's actually read that file that took 4 years to get through. Certain physical principles hold true across massive size differences and create illusions of similarity. A cell looks like a star in a supernova. Our eyes like a nebula. What if these similarities applied to life at different scales as well? I'm sorry, it's a little hard to read with all the dead pixels on the screen. So, it's saying yeah, that there's design in things. Perhaps intelligent design, I would argue. Just gonna decrypt that for a few years. We're already outside here. Let's reroute our power. Well, we need that for our camera. So let's try and get a good picture. There we go. And then get a recording. That's new. Sounds like in old styles, like 60s, 70s tractor beam, almost. Like you'd hear in a radio play. Alright, let's fly up here. Looks like there's 3 moons, or at least 3 things to look at out here. That's FD2. Are we moving slower? Or is that just my imagination? I wonder if that plays any factor. Grab a picture. Would be about here, if my bearings are correct. It's this one again. That had this moon that had the strange lines on it. You can still see they're kind of there. Get a recording of it. Oh. That's a terrifying sound. A heartbeat. That is a horrifying concept. Out here in the nothingness, the void of space, an entire planet has a heartbeat. Almost like it's grown. Over these years, we're watching almost like an embryo grow. We're witnessing life created in such an alien way that we could never know whether it's natural or not. And I'm left out here defenseless in this pod. As a silent observer. Just praying that whatever that is has no malice in it. That's terrifying. Wow. That's really well done. Sorry if I'm stuck on that, but that's freaky. Let's try and grab a picture here. This moon appears mostly the same, maybe a little darker. Maybe we're waking up during different seasons. And then we gotta reroute our power. You know, it almost sounds like interference. Like if you've ever held a stage microphone too close to a speaker, it starts to give that feedback sound. That's kind of what that sounds like to me. Alright, let's find this this last thing here. Right? Yeah, one more. It's down here. Okay. Let's reroute power to the camera. Should be about there. Oops. Right on the money. Turn our radio on. Whatever's there, a storm or otherwise, seems to be growing restless. That's much more frequent noise than before. I can only imagine it getting worse. We enter hibernation for 3 more years? How impersonal must it be just to wake up and you see the system boot up and you just have to clock in and there's nothing you can do. These predators may mimic food for sexual partners to lure in their prey. One example is the snapping turtle, whose tongue resembles a worm. It can wriggle around. When fish attempt to eat it, they will instead be eaten by the turtle. Another form of aggressive mimicry is found in... and the note ends. I hope that's not foreshadowing what this planet is. Maybe that's what's happening here. There's aggressive mimicry going on. Whatever this being is taking the shape of a planet, of this planet. That's a pretty threatening idea, if you ask me. So let's hope it's not that. Let's hope it's sunshine and rainbows and kittens. Not really though, that wouldn't make for a good video. How am I gonna put that in the thumbnail, huh? Should be around there. Then I gotta turn the camera on, silly. So close. Other way. Okay. The sun still appears to be fine. I guess that's one good thing, right? Still a distant drone. Not too dissimilar to myself in this situation. This has to feel pretty hopeless, I'd imagine. Try and get a picture. This is about all the agency I have, is doing my job. And there's the planet. If that's the same one, maybe it's fully assimilated. Perhaps to the point where I can't tell the difference. That's true that it's some sort of mimic or parasite. it might be trying to make itself appear livable so that it could feed off of us. I think that's like a little shower thought thing that I've read sometime way back, where it's like, oh, what if Earth is a parasite and it's feeding us oxygen and it's secretly a poison that kills us in 80 years, so that we go back to it and it feeds off of our bodies to make plants, you know, just something like that. But what if it's that actually at a cosmic scale? At least by these notes, it appears to be where the story's headed, which is a very, very frightening concept. A planet that wants to be inhabited, so that I can do with you what it will. Yeah, that's how do you stop that? How do you fight that? It's blue. It's cold. It's got something behind it. Is that the mimic planet? It has to be. Are we gonna watch this planet get swallowed? Oh no. That might be what's about to happen. We're gonna watch it get enveloped like a virus, like a cancer. That's freaky. If that is that planet, and I think it is. Oh man. I wouldn't want to be that guy. Or that planet, I guess. That seems like a horrible fate. To live on that planet, you know? There's nothing you could do to combat that. I think that's it. Take a recording. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. It almost has like a web-like appearance. Or an amoeba, maybe. Like something you'd see in a petri dish. This is freaky, man. I'm pretty engrossed in this. This must seem so hopeless. It has to. Okay, 4 planets. Yeah. Looks like our screen's more dead pixels than not. Let's see if we can read any of these. He's changed our course and disabled the comms system. Oh, these are 2 users talking to each other. Right. so the committee can't remotely override our route when they find out. This is dangerous. The ship is designed to last at least 60 years, but with the route he wants, we'll be out here for almost 100. I know it's crazy, but what if his theory is right? It's an anomaly in the data. We should expect that, given how far out we are, the team back home is good, but they're trying to interpret subpixels of telescope images. Okay, let's see if I can scroll through anything else here. That one doesn't scroll. That one doesn't scroll. That one doesn't scroll. And the mission info doesn't scroll. Okay. I'm not quite sure what that all means. Alright, so we have only one cell of power left here. That can't be good. Let's try and take a picture. If we make it back to sleep, I don't know if we're gonna wake up again. Not quite centered, so let's turn these thrusters on. Good, that picture. Good picture. Swap to our radio. That's the sun, I guess. Swap to our navigation. Let's try and go down here. And swap to our thrusters. Okay. We're still on our thrusters. We need to be on that, so we can angle to get this photo. It seems like those cells on it are getting bigger, or smaller. It looks like there's more of them. Like, mitosis. So it's growing. Or at least it's multiplying. Slowly over years. Okay, so you can turn your life support off. Nice little misclick there. Let's just not do that. There's its heartbeat again. Still, that's such a terrifying concept for a planet to have a heartbeat. That's not something I think I would have thought up. I don't think I would have want to have thought that up. That's quite a novel concept. Let's try that. Get a photo. It's another one. It's split off. It's multiplied. Okay, this is bad. This is not good. Yeah, there's two of them. Okay, yeah, this couldn't be worse. Not only Yeah, not only has it taken over one moon, or appeared at least, now it can spread, and it doesn't need to jump from planet to planet, it can just multiply, which can get out of hand really fast. Yeah, if that's not one of the more terrifying things I've, that you can imagine in recent memory, for me at least. Oh man, this is really cool. If I haven't said that before, this is a very cool setting and concept, and especially the way you observe it all, breaking down and happening. Man, I'm pretty in love with this. Okay. Let's get our thrusters in the right spot before we switch to our camera. About there, I'm gonna bet. And let's take a picture. Not quite. Let's see about that. Not quite. See if one more time there. Okay. Oh! What? Unknown impact. Yeah, I was just about to say, if you want to look at that planet, it looks a lot like Earth. It looks habitable. Blue water. You have clouds and you have some green land. If this is another one of the planets, it might be doing everything in its power to look attractive to any species like ourselves that would want to colonize it. Oh wait, I already got the picture, so I don't need the thrusters. Let's go for the radio. And it has a heartbeat. Everything but the sun in this system has been taken over. And something hit me. Error. Engines unresponsive. So I can't end the mission. It's so hard to see. I can't tell where I'm supposed to go, what I'm supposed to do. Oh no. I have a sinking feeling that I'm supposed to turn off my life support. You know, if I had to die, I'd fly my ship straight into the sun. Just so, you know, I'd burn up. There's no chance of whatever this is assimilating my body. If I had to. Ah, jeez. This is a terrifying concept. It's growing more hopeless with the second. I can't move. Is that what I'm supposed to do? Am I supposed to turn it off? Oh no. Maybe we take another photo after the impact? I don't know. What? What is that? Is that like an eye coming from a tractor beam or something? Something that has hold of my ship? Am I being pulled in? What is happening right now? Engine's unresponsive. I can't get away. I already tried flying. Can I get any sort of information out of this? The beats are faster. More shallow. It's almost like it's excited. The rumbling stopped. I don't know if I like what that entails. That looks like the gaping maw of a beast. Oh! Voyager-19 craft has failed to establish communications. Losses cannot be hidden from public any longer. Recommend waiting until election cycle is over to announce. Yeah, isn't that all too common? Wow. That's really cool. Yeah, so that's the guy who made it. What a cool game. What a fascinating concept. I love the lead in for it. I like that it doesn't try to go for any like twist or anything, but it just unravels in a very natural way. And it lets you discover it and feel smart for doing it. It's a smart little game. And it doesn't overstay its welcome. It doesn't try to like be anything more or try and punch you, you know, with anything more than it can give. It tries to be as immersive as possible. It doesn't like in that final sequence, it so easily could have, and I've played plenty of games that do this where it's like, oh, they'll have music that starts to rise and swell and try and make you feel more panicked. But it just makes the situation itself the focus and the center of it. And it makes it feel as real as it possibly can. That is so good. Yeah. What a horrible fate to be subjected to. I should have just flown myself into the sun, like I said. Yeah, that's one of the things about cosmic horror that I really like. Like, what can you do against that? It's like such a helpless concept. And that's sort of freeing, almost, you know? Like, there's nothing you can do against it. There's a peace in that, almost. Not saying to give up. If, like, you know, in the hypothetical scenario that we as a planet faced something like this. It's not something to give up against, but you know, there's a peace in knowing that something just bested you and you can't understand it. And you have to sort of beat it in your own way. You have to beat it in the most human way you can, however that may be. Wow. This has got me thinking. I haven't played a ton of cosmic horror games or read a lot of cosmic horror stuff or watched a lot of cosmic horror stuff, but if there's any that are as good as this, and they're not like ham-fisted, that you guys know about in this sort of, you know, horror subgenre, send it my way. I love this stuff. I try not to play bad games on this channel, so I mean, maybe I'll have to eventually, but you know, I always want to look for something redeemable in a game. So if there's even like an inkling of something good, you can comment it and send it my way. Yeah, if you watched this far, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you sticking around and listening to me ramble on about these concepts in this game and this planet. Yeah, comment what your favorite part was, and I want it to be like unique, you know? Don't just do something like, oh, I like the atmosphere. Like, what about the atmosphere? If you're gonna comment. I probably won't get any, but if you do, I don't know. I like just hearing what people say about this kind of stuff in these games, and I like starting a little bit of a dialogue. And I like appreciating horror games. I like appreciating it with people, and I like to help people appreciate the medium more. So yeah, you know, do all the stuff, of course, that the YouTube algorithm wants you to do. I'd really appreciate it if you liked and subscribed and did all that nice stuff as well. But if you're not going to do all that, I appreciate the time you spent with me here, and I hope I've helped you relax, or I've engaged you in an entertaining way. But yeah, that's about it, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and God bless.